What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you once again from the coop. Figured I'd change it up, change different positions from where I was earlier, and change hats, since I am a man of many hats. Come on. There we go. Sasquatch Search Squad. Say that a couple times fast. I know some of you probably did. So the reason for this video is I want to show you a couple things that I acquired from my TAD, my tobacco acquisition disorder. Just in case you were wondering, 18 days until the Columbus pipe show. Let me sit that down. I'll talk more about that pipe and what's in it here in a few minutes. But first of all, chocolate caramel, iced coffee. So, this is the famous Curly Cut Deluxe. This is what I bought, all they had of. Look at that big coin. And then another coin. Pretty good stuff. Straight Virginia. Curly Cut Deluxe. Straight Virginia, no flavoring, no topping, no additives. Of course, Jim Inks detected Lakeland in it. I smoked a bowl, and you know, if I detect any Lakeland, I'd have dumped it. I didn't detect any Lakeland. And he said that it's basically, the way he said it, it was typical of the manufacturer, Galworth Hogarth, to use a Lakeland essence, a floral essence of Lakeland in their blends. And they use it in many of their blends. The floral essence of Lakeland. The way he put it. I detected no floral whatsoever. It was just a straight Virginia, right on the edge of biting. Sip it, it's not bad. And just like two different people, him and someone else said, it's not very complex. It's just a like one-dimensional. One guy, Stevie B, he said it could be an all-day smoke, and Jim Inks said that with it being the way it is, it leaves very little moisture, next to none, in your bowl. Burns down to a nice finish, but it wouldn't be a good all-day smoke, where the other guy said it would be. So it depends on your taste, if it would be all day or not, or if any. Your mileage may vary, I'm sure. Everybody's does. So, next up, somebody say brown bogey. 1/4 pound. 4 ounces of brown bogey. I don't know how many ropes is in there. Oh, that's 2. A couple little pieces, and there's one in there that's Goes around probably about, I don't know. Let's see how long that one is. Oh, it's well over a foot. That's well over a foot, and then a couple other pieces in there, about 6 or 8 inches. But probably 3 feet of, close to 3 feet. Here, I'll be taking most of this with me to the pipe show in Columbus in 18 days. I'm gonna cut it in smaller pieces and then cut a bunch of coins up and put them in a little tin. And that way, if somebody wants to try some or smoke some or whatever, it'll be easy for you to try. If it's you that comes up and introduces yourself, and or if we're out at the smoking table, I'm assuming they have a smoking area. From videos and pictures I've seen from the past, it looks like they got a tent. So if we're out there smoking and you come up and say hey or whatever, you're welcome to try some brown bogey if you've never tried it. And if they don't have it there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'll have some other stuff as well. So that was my Boswell's haul. That's what I had Rachel ship. It was curly cut, brown bogey, and some Louisiana flake. She didn't use, if she'd have used a bigger baggie, these flakes probably wouldn't have broke up so much. But as you can see, they're longer than the baggie, so they kind of broke up when they put them in here. So I'm not gonna pull them out of the bag all the way, but enough. Hopefully you get a good look. It's got a good, this is a vapor. It's a Virginia Perique. Blend is Virginia Perique. Components are Perique, Virginia. That's the way it reads. You can smell both. You can smell that it's a vapor. Oh, you can smell that in it. It's got a nice twang. And it's had, until I looked it up, it has a aroma of something that I know I've smelt before. Pardon me. And when I looked it up, it says the flavoring in this is cocoa/chocolate. So, and then at that point, when I stuck my nose in it, I smelled Bob's chocolate flake. But there's no Gladikia in here. It's just a good sour type Virginia smell. A little spicy on the retrohale from the Perique that's in it. And so when you go with Jim Inks, my hero, his review of the Louisiana flake, his review says that it has a floral essence from the Lakeland. He worded it totally different because this time he's saying the Lakeland is in it. Floral essence from the Lakeland. But the tonka bean is there in the background at times, and with the whiskey flavoring, if he didn't know that it was in there, he wouldn't be able to pick it out. Well, on the description of it says Garth Hogarth blended. Manufacturer, Garth Hogarth. Type, Virginia/Perique. Blend, Perique/Virginia. Flavoring, cocoa/chocolate. Cut, flake. Availability, yes. That's what it says on the description of it. And he's saying it's got tonka bean, Lakeland, floral. That man has got one hell of a palate to pick out all those flavors like that. I like to see him and Shane Ireland get together and review a tobacco. And I have to admit, I took one of these Louisiana flakes and I did the parsimonious piper trick by folding stuff. And what I did is I did it exactly the way I saw him do it when he demonstrated how he does it. He folded it in half, which you can take the flake, fold it in half long ways, then fold it in half double to make it twice like you would a dollar bill, fold it in half. Put that in the pipe and then just hold what's sticking out and twist it until whatever's sticking out you're twisting breaks off. Once that breaks off, I noticed I had to give it just a little push down with my finger. What breaks off is sort of like kindling or shake from what was sticking out of the bowl. You can use that and put on top. Well, I had to break it up a little bit more to make it fine, like you would rubbing out a flake. I rubbed it out, put that on top, and pushed it down a little bit and was able to put some more on top. And by George, he's on to something. I got going on down a little past a quarter of the bowl. It's been light and easy. It's smoking. And I'm sure the tobacco has something to do with it as well. So if you're doing that fold and stuff method, go watch Ethan's video if you haven't seen it already. Parsimonious Piper. And he'll show you how to fold and stuff like I just said, the way he did it. And this is my first time, and this is burning good so far. I'm gonna try it with some other flakes also and see how it works out. But I have to give the man credit because this has worked out pretty good so far. It helps you sip it instead of just chooch it like a train. Now this is my first bowl, so I don't know that it's bringing out flavors that I wouldn't detect when I rub out a flake. So I'm gonna rub out a flake and smoke it and compare it to what this tastes like compared to it being rubbed out. Because he said that it changes the flavor profile, and I can see how that would. Because when you break it up, you're breaking up all the oils and everything in it. This way you're not. You're letting them ignite as needed, as it comes down to it into the bowl. And of course I'm using my Volcano made by Papabear. It's a beautiful, beautiful ring blast, bird's eye, real deer antler. It's not a faux antler. accent on both sides, and then the stem is just crazy gorgeous. Let me get out of the way. If you could only see that in person, the way that black and brown mix together. Oh yeah, that had a lot of spice in the retro hail. So now that was my one NABO. Next up, I ordered some of the Sun Bear. 20,000 tins, and they call this a small batch. How can you call 20,000 tins a small batch? Anyway, this has a liquor in it. It doesn't smell like tequila to me. It says it's got silver tequila. It's a broken flake, typical of the Cornell and Deal. Nice, perfect moisture level. You know, the tin note is just fabulous. It's just, I smoked the bowl yesterday, and I smoked it in a small pipe, so it burnt hot. I need to smoke it in a regular pipe, like a 6-inch stem, or a 6-inch pipe altogether. One I used was a little reverse calabash. It was only like 4 inches, little nose warmer, and it burnt hot. I didn't get tongue bite, but the tobacco burnt hot. Even with it being in a reverse calabash, it still didn't cool down any. So I need to smoke it in another pipe and try it out. It's got the Tupelo honey flower of it, not the honey, but from the flower. And it's got 2019 Bright Virginias sourced from Canada. 2019 Bosma and 2018 Izmir Orientals. Well, Warped just came out with another release that's supposed to be releasing on Wednesday, I think it is. And it said what were the components that were in it. And I remember what they said was in the Warped. They said that it was 2019 Bright Virginias from Canada, 2019 Bosma, and 2018 Izmir, along with some white burley. So my thoughts, if you don't want to buy the Warped stuff and you have this, add some white burley to it and you have the Warped. I can't remember what the name of it is though, but when you see it coming up Wednesday for sale, I think it's this stuff, what was left over. Because if they made 20,000 tins, that's not a small batch, my friend. That is not a small batch. 5,500 tins, that's a small batch. So I grabbed 2 tins of the Rustica, the HH line. This is from 2023, because I really like the 2021. It's nice. If you, that's a man's smoke right there. It is. If you were to take Dark Fire and Bold Kentucky and mix them together on steroids, that's what you got when you come up with Rustica. Good, strong tobacco. I enjoy the 21 blend, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the 23 blend. I'll probably pop one open next week, maybe this week, I don't know. Then to round off my Yabo, I got a new little tamper, a little 1911. It's kind of cool. Heavy, pewter, I'm sure it works well. It's a good size to get down in the bowl. Will I use it? Probably not. I'll just sit it up on my table for looks. I just thought it was cool, so I had to have it. It says on there Hornady 45 Auto, and if you know, or Hornady, if you know bullets, you know Hornady. So that's it for my yabo, my nabo. I'm gonna get back to this Louisiana flake. Like I say, if you sip it, it brings out a lot of flavors in it. And don't forget, if you didn't understand how I said the folding stuff, go watch Ethan's video, Parsimonious Piper, on folding stuff, how to fold and stuff. He made it last week, so be easy to find. I can't do the link thing down in the bucket. I'm gonna get somebody at the show to show me how to do that, so I can link channels and shout outs and stuff like that. So, but if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff 'em.